Michelle, dating coaches sell women a script for finding a husband. You watched 1,000 of those husbands end up across the desk from you. What does the script miss? Like when you see these dating coaches, like what's your perspective on the advice they share?
I think that dating coaches teach women how to be chosen, not how to do the choosing. And one of those gets them a wedding, and one of those gets them in my office 15 or 20 years later.
So explain that, elaborate.
Being chosen by a man, well, why aren't you choosing the man? Like, choose a man who's worth it. Choose a man that has, qualities that are going to make for a good longevity of a marriage husband, not one that picks a princess. So you want a dating coach that's going to teach you the right things, that the right questions to ask that help you choose the right partner to have a long marriage, a marriage that lasts, not one that falls apart in, 7 years, average length of marriage, 7 years,
Wow. There's an entire affair coach industry now, coaches helping women who have or recover from affairs. As the lawyer who handles the legal side, what's your take on that as a category?
I'm not sure that there's a big difference in that and therapy. I think the bigger question is the difference between therapy and a coach.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
And, what the difference is between therapy and a coach, right?
What is it?
The difference between a therapist and a coach is a therapist can have their license revoked. A coach loses their Wi-Fi. So, a therapist is actually a credentialed professional who has training and education and a degree and licensing and passes a test for what they do for a living. And there's actually a body of science that supports therapy. A coach may have credentials or may not. They may be a good person with actually some legit, information to give you and help you. But a coach may also just be somebody that throws up a website. So, affair coaches, I don't even know what that is. So I would question whether what they have to say is even relevant. And I guess I would probably quote Miranda Lambert on this, and just say, like, fix your makeup. It's just a breakup. Not to be flippant about it. I'm really not. I've been through plenty of breakups with affairs, but the reality is a marriage ends for some reason. And a lot of times affairs are part of it. But what I've seen in my experience is the affair is not what broke up your marriage.
Wow.
The affair is the symptom, not the cause. And you can trace backwards if you do a fair assessment of your marriage and what actually caused the breakup. It's not going to be the affair, and it's not the paramour in the affair. If you trace it back, it's going to be something that happened along the way that caused one of you not to appreciate the other as much, that caused y'all to stop looking inward to each other for support, for love, for communication, for all the things that you got married for, and caused you to start looking outward. And maybe in the beginning it wasn't looking outward for sex or for a paramour or for emotional regulation. Maybe it was just for companionship, or maybe it was just for a laugh because going home was too serious or going home was too stressful. Maybe it was just for lightheartedness. But whatever it is, at some point in that process, going outside of the marriage felt better than going inside the marriage for conversation.
Wow. So what is your take on couples therapy that no other family lawyer would say on camera? Or maybe it is something that you feel very passionate about. Like, what's your take on couples therapy?
I've been criticized for my view on therapy, and particularly couples therapy. And, I think that couples therapy can be a good thing, but I also think that people and couples can get in a spiral of having to talk things to death and continue talking about it instead of taking action. So I think that some therapy is a good thing, but I think that it can be a self-propagating problem. And so what I would encourage is, go to therapy enough that it reinstitutes communication, but don't use therapy as a substitute for communicating directly.
As a family law, professional for over 30 plus years, and obviously you're now kind of working on so many different things. I mean, you're such a badass entrepreneur right now, which is really cool, but you have so much experience in that domain. What is your opinion on people like relying on their AI devices now for kind of therapeutic release or whatever?
I actually had an argument. I actually did a video arguing with a Fox News anchor.
Wow.
Because he was talking about some study that was talking about therapy, ChatGPT therapy. And his comment was, well, I don't talk to my golf ball. Why should anybody talk to ChatGPT about their problems? And I just have a huge disagreement with that, because here's the problem. At 2 a.m., that's when most people need to talk to a therapist. Like if you've got problems and you're upset or depressed or having issues or you're down in the ditch, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., that's when you're going to have those problems. That's when you're going to be feeling it. And that is the last time that you're going to have anybody available. Like your therapist is not going to be awake and available for an appointment at 2 a.m. Probably even the online therapist is not available at 2 a.m. Your best friend, your mama, like none of those people are going to be up and available for you at 2 a.m. So if ChatGPT is available for me to talk to at 2 a.m., that's better than the alternative.
That's fire.
And so I'm all about ChatGPT as a tool in the toolbox to deal with a lot of emotion that people are having. Is it a substitute when somebody needs therapy? No, it's not a substitute for a qualified credentialed professional. It is not. Just like ChatGPT is not a substitute for a doctor or a lawyer as a credentialed professional. Is it information? Yes, it can be. But you also have to have a critical lens of how you view ChatGPT.